married.
You married her?
I goddamn married that woman.
Did you know her from somewhere before?
We met at O'Grady's 3 nights ago.
He reached into the back pocket of his jeans and pulled out his thick, oily leather wallet.
How you set up for cash? I'll give you a 5 if you'll help me unload her things.
I hopped into the bed of the old truck and lifted the only heavy piece of furniture, a solid wood coffee table with a sticker on the leg that said $9. Marv grabbed a garbage bag full of clothes.
How's your mom?
She's good. There was no sidewalk on Jefferson Street. We stood on the meeting place of weed and gravel. Marv looked at the front of our house. There was a constellation of wet spots where his breasts had pressed against his shirt. Now that Beatrice was not watching, he let himself go crooked. I'll cut the lawn. The hard edges of the coffee table dug into my palms. And get rid of that chair.
If you get a chance, a lady only gets one first impression.
Inside, his house smelled of cigarette smoke and chemical peaches. An aerosol can of room deodorant with an old English orchard on the front had fallen over on the kitchen counter. The morning sun shone through Marv's beige curtains and turned his living room the color of weak tea. It was tidier than usual. Where would you like the table, ma'am? She wore big gold rings and bracelets. She was thin like a boy and tanned. The garbage bag of clothes leaked. Marv struggled to contain it. 3 panties and a sock fell on the green shag carpet, and Marv laughed and cussed as he kneeled to pick them up. Then the bag tipped and a fur coat fell out. I tried to right the bag. It was hot and melty. Beatrice bent and rushed me like a dainty ram. Jesus Christ, child! That floor isn't clean. Pick up that coat. Yes, ma'am.
Now, Beatrice, a boy like this never seen one of those before.
She turned to Marv and he took a step back. Then she brought the coat to her nose and inhaled deeply, closed her eyes. By the time she looked at me again, she was smiling. You are? Adam, ma'am, from next door. Charmed. Beatrice Cyr. Walker, sir, I suppose. Right, Marv?
Damn right.
This is a Valentino, Adam. Sable, it's called. She enunciated as though I were either 6 years old or from Honduras. You can touch it to your face. No, that's okay, ma'am. Touch it to your face. I touched it to my face. Soft, isn't it? Softer than a dream. This coat was $10,000 once. Can you imagine? I tried to imagine how a woman with a $10,000 coat had a $9 coffee table. When would she wear something like this on Jefferson Street? There wasn't so much in the bed of the truck. 3 more garbage bags of clothes and linens, a suitcase, an old lamp whose dust had survived the trip, 2 boxes of jewelry, a stuffed bunny with one eye, and a set of books about real estate and sales. When I finished unloading, I waited in the kitchen. I did not want to go into the living room because everything was quiet and I was worried they might be kissing. The wallpaper had drawings of horses and buggies on it. Marv had found it at an auction in Denver. I had helped paste it up, and there were a few bubbles and lines from where I had been hasty. It had been a fun day with Marv. We listened to Led Zepp and drank root beer. Whenever I smelled commercial glue, I thought of us that day, buzzed on sugar and fumes. A cloud of fruit flies hovered over a bowl of bruised bananas. She had a few cassette tapes. Out of the Cellar by Rat, Wasp by Wasp, and Songs from des Knaben Wunderhorn by Gustav Mahler. I peeked inside a faded Converse shoebox, and I did not understand what was in it apart from a black leather mask and a silver chain. Adam? I put the broken lid back on the box. Ma'am? Are you snooping? No. She took a step toward me and crossed her bare arms. They had visible muscles and tendons in them. I did not look into her eyes, but I could not look at her arms or her chest or her legs either, so I looked at the fruit flies and the bananas. Marv hobbled in. His shirt was undone and his cheeks were plummy. All done? Yes, sir. Beatrice turned and left us there in the kitchen. Marv watched her go, and then he raised his eyebrows at me.
We meet at O'Grady's, and next thing you know, we got a suite at the Brown Palace.
In Denver?
You bet.
He fished around in his wallet, which was a wreckage of receipts and scratch tickets.